Welcome back to Quoted in Dads, guys. I'm Ben, this is Steve, and today we're going to deep dive into Citadel, Episode 3. This is the show that gives us careless decisions, and no, I'm not talking about how much money Amazon has spent into this. Anyway, spoilers ahead, and let's dive straight in. So, Steve, Episode 3, Infinite Shadows. What's your thoughts on it, man?
You know what? It was brilliant, right?
It was epic, honestly.
Just the opening scene where we started off upside down as we came into it. And on that, when we left the thing at the very end, we flipped the screen back as we came out, purely because, obviously, spoilers out everywhere here, we found out that Abby is the other guy's like wife or sister or something.
Abby or Brielle, as she was known as.
And we're just completely thrown upside down. I
think what was more shocking for me is that not only one, was she an ex-Citadel agent or still is, who knows at this point, but two, that she used to be dating or married to the bad guy.
So we are assuming that the bad guy, it was his wife and not like a sister or a partner. I'm
assuming it was his wife.
I think partner, so too. Yeah, I think so too. But it didn't quite make that distinction.
Then that would make that interaction with Mason and him afterwards a little bit more volatile.
It sounds like he was a good guy as well at one point. It doesn't sound like he was always bad. The way Bernard spoke to him was almost like he wasn't always a bad guy.
It seems to me like one of those vigilante type people that they're bad, but they do it for their own reasons. Like
almost like a mercenary, maybe.
Yeah.
So he's hired to just do a job.
So he's not bothered. Yeah, he'll just do what he's told to do, and who pays the most, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, you spoke about like you didn't see that coming. As soon as she said, "Oh, I met Kyle at a brain thing," I was like, "She's Citadel." I was like straight away. I was like, she's got to be. I didn't think she was going to be the bad guy's wife.
I thought to myself, I was watching it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Stanley Tucci was saying you can't. I'll tell you about Brielle." I was thinking, who's Brielle? And my mind was instantly thinking, is this Nadia for some reason? I don't know.
I did think, is he talking about Nadia at one point?
But I was thinking, no, but they know Nadia.
And he knows Nadia since.
But then, when he showed me the photo, I was like, no. Honestly, I think I wrote on my phone or something like that. What the fuck was that? Do you know what I mean?
I just had Will Smith.
I'd make 20 exclamation marks.
I just had Will Smith coming in, mate. Flip turned upside down, mate.
This is a story all about how my life got flipped turned upside down.
And like ballet spinning around. I was like, what?
Honestly, it was an absolute crazy kind of what's the word? A twist. Honestly, it was most unbelievable. I didn't expect it, and I thought it was absolutely brilliant.
Well, I mean, I suppose they had to throw something because we're midway through the series already,
and that was enough to keep me going. But how did you think about Stanley Tucci's torture? Bernard's getting tortured.
Oh, it was a bit weird because you know what, Bernard's character. I've seen a few reviews dotted around. People are saying, oh, they forced comedy into it, but I think Stanley's comedy was like. It's so tongue-in-cheek. It feels almost a little bit British. I know he's not British, but the way he's doing it, because obviously he's being tortured by an English 100%. Woman, like he almost has that sarcastic undertone, and I really, really like that.
With that, there was a nice bit of comedy where Dahlia, the man to call friend or whatever, she was like, "Oh, what's the password for this?" And he was like, "Why don't you fuck off?" And he was like, "Oh, no, hang on, that's only 18." He was like, "Why don't you fuck off?" Exclamation mark. And that was absolutely brilliant. Because when he said that, I was trying to count on my hand. I was like, why? And I was thinking, and then he said obviously 18. I was like, oh, he said it. And then obviously he told us exclamation mark. But I think there's some epic foreshadowing going on there. I honestly believe that why don't you fuck off exclamation mark is the password.
You know what? I think it would be funny if it was. I said, his character is perfect the way he's going about. I haven't quite pieced who his character is. Is his character actually a spy or is he just the tech guy? Because I think, here's my thing, I think Bernard's going to escape at this point. Obviously, he definitely is because he's speaking to the other guy.
Yeah,
but I think Bernard's a full-on spy still as well. Like, I don't think he's just some tech
He's not just a tech guy, no, far from it. He's, if anything, the glue that holds Citadel together still, I reckon. But I reckon he's like one of these double agents.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Speaking of Bernard, when we get the flashback to 10 years ago when Mason is being given the debriefing, just that scene, right? I'm going to tell you what it is, don't tell her. And then Mason immediately goes, oh, so it's this, and this. And he's like, for God's sake, Bernard.
Yeah, that was brilliant. But then they've got this real good friendship, this real good chemistry, this bromance almost.
Yeah.
Which then I'm shocked to find that he's not told Kyle or Mason about Brielle or Abby.
So
That's shocking to me. I mean, why would you do that to your friend? Like, you know.
I think this all boils back to, there was someone who is the spy essentially inside of Citadel, isn't there?
Yeah.
And I wonder if Bernard thinks it's her, and obviously, but the counter thing here is we're almost led to believe Nadia is the spy.
Yeah.
So there's this cut now of who is the spy, and then as you just mentioned, could it just actually be Bernard anyway?
He's the spy himself.
Yeah, and could he be onst playing, like you said, both sides of the field?
Yeah. See which one wins and which one gets some paid.
Yeah.
But you mentioned that about Nadia being the spy. Then, there was a moment for me where I believe, obviously she doesn't know who her mum is, I think, or something like that, or I think Dahlia is Nadia's mum. And I say this because, bear with me, I say this because there was a moment where she jumped into this safe house and she was typing on the screen and she was like, "Oh, is it really you?" And she's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Have you got the package?" And that choice word of using the word package, in the previous episode, Dahlia was the one that referred to Bernard as a package.
Yeah, you've pointed this out.
So I think they've got that same terminology. Was Nadia referring to Bernard and they're saying, "Yeah, we've got your package, it's here." And Bernard is the package, not the nuclear code.
I mean, I imagine spies will call things packages all the while, because I assume the package is actually the Xbox, right, or the X case, whatever it's called.
Yeah. So imagine that if it was an actual Xbox.
I did want it to be an Xbox. It would have been funny. But I wonder if Nadia is in on something, but selling it to someone else. So I wonder if Manticore's a thing. So but I wonder if there's going to be a third party. So I don't think it's Manticore. I think there's potentially someone else.
Yeah.
She's selling it out to.
So she might use Manticore to get what she wants from Citadel to then sell it to this higher bidder.
Yeah, I think there's someone else.
Okay.
I think the whole Manticore versus Citadel feels too one-dimensional, like too almost cliche. There's one thing after each other. Where actually there's some other. It'd be amazing if some other little undertone at the. So here's my prediction: we get to the episode 6. Mason's got his memories back somehow.
Yeah.
They're fighting against someone from Manticore, and this third party rocks in, decimates them both, and kill them.
Yeah. And
walks off with the X case. Boom. Season 1 done. That's how I can see it going at the moment.
I like this. And I think this is one of these typical series that can happen. Like, maybe this third party comes up, takes stuff from Nadia, and then kills Nadia, and then obviously they're wrong because she's the main character. But they then obviously all start entwining, and anything's possible.
The only reason I say this is because I've been doing a bit of research, and the Russo brothers and I think it's Citadel who's directing this as well.
Yeah.
I've confirmed there's going to be spin-off series of Citadel with other agents from other countries with a really popular actor from that country, and they're going to have their stories feeding into the overall story.
The different factions of Citadel.
Yeah. So you're going to get a different. So I believe it's India's being covered. So there's going to be an actor or an actress from India.
Yeah.
But a famous one. So you're going to get all these famous actors from different ones. I think Spain as well has been covered. So basically, you're going to get this weird overarch of loads of different stories now.
So it's almost like their own web of TV series, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. I like that.
They've come off Marvel, mate, and
they're building their own.
They're building their own empire, mate.
Building a spy empire. I love it. It's fair. The Russo brothers have done a good job with this, I think, and I think Amazon. There's talk about them having spent the second largest amount of money on any TV series other than Rings of Power on this series, and I think you can tell with some of the effects in there and some of the decisions, the locations they're going to, some of the I won't say spyware, but I suppose some of the things that they've done are quite good, I think.
Yeah, well, you say that. Let's flip it all the way back to that mountain scene at the very start. My favourite part of that was he's come down from the mountain, and he gets ski shoes, and I looked at that
Gadget,
and I laughed because I just thought that's the most cliche, cheesy thing ever. It feels so old school James Bond, but I think because of that, it made me laugh, and I was like, "That's brilliant." The sheer brilliance of he's got the ski shoes.
But for me, what I loved is the action in that. Like, he burst, even straight from the start, he bursts out the doors and he's running along, and the couple parachute troopers come down, and he turns and he takes them out, and then I don't know if it was stupidity or just
sheer brilliance,
but he just dives off the mountain and grabs this guy's parachute. I'm like, I'd never have done that. And then miraculously gets one half open.
Well, you see, it's been ripped. I did like that. I like the fact that he realised he could get one half open, because his whole goal was he was going to land on snow, right?
Yeah.
So he just needed to slow his descent enough that he wouldn't die. Yeah. And I liked that.
It was good. And then obviously I think there was a point where he made a little jump as well, and it was when he first got his skis. Actually, he jumped and he made a little ski trick and a little
shot. Yeah, I did think at one point, it's Winter Olympics, downhill skiing shoot, and I just but obviously we then come to the confrontation with Nadia.
Yes.
That scene was actually so good. It was like she just looked at him and she went, and they just both knew. And there was one.
Well, they said the voice, didn't they? The voice.
Yeah, said go, and then I think he took at the very final shot. He shot at Nadia, and like she moved, but obviously moving would never have done anything with a bullet. And he killed the guy, and I just love that.
But that kind of mirrors in the first episode where the first interaction, he threw the knife and she moved the same way. So that is her basic interaction.
Yeah, she will move out. Yeah, because he catches it.
Yeah,
but she moves. But just those little, like I said, these little details that I think they're slowly dropping, and the camera work being turned around and stuff. That was just. It was nice.
It was a lovely scene filled with different stuff, like when they were saying, your lungs are filling up with this much blood and stuff, and he was just carrying on. But for me, there was something I noticed, and it was, the whole, the cell or whatever it's called that's in their neck, the chip. For me, it was like, they've got this thing, and there was a moment where an explosion knocked him back, and he went unconscious for a minute because he went out of signal.
He went out of signal.
And I'm thinking, how much control does that chip have on them? Because remember, it wipes
their brains, didn't it? Yeah. So you think that like it might increase other aspects?
Like, is there a kill switch? That's what I'm thinking.
Oh.
Could Bernard just suddenly go, boop, and kill?
If it can rewrite your memories, why would it not be able to kill switch it? That is a very good point.
Just saying, eradicating all memories. It's got to have the ability to. It can monitor your health and everything. It can talk to you.
Well, it's on the brainstem, isn't it? So it's only got a little explosive. Take your brainstem out, you'd be gone.
Because it was when he got strangled as well, or something like that. That he went offline as well, or Nadia's got affected. I'm sure of it.
It was the very start when he got. I think he shot.
It was when they were in the restaurant, wasn't it? In the previous episode,
I think it was whichever one. It's happened a few times. But you spoke about them giving orders through the headphone.
Yeah. When
they were doing that, I got flashbacks of Sherlock Holmes. When Sherlock runs through something and describes himself karate chopping them.
Yeah.
And it does all that concept of like him following the moves.
Yeah.
I got that kind of vision. So when she's walking through the restaurant in episode 2, through this at that point.
Yeah.
I got visions of like, they're calling out the scenes before they do it, and I love that because you can see that.
I think it's got some great. This series as a whole, I think it's got some great action. I think it really showed it in this episode, and it was absolutely brilliant.
To be honest, the only thing I want to say about it is I'm sad we're halfway through.
Yeah,
I can't believe we've only got 3 episodes left. It feels too early to only have. It 3
feels
episodes
weird to have a short series like this, but to almost be halfway through the series, it feels like it needs at least a good 10 or 12. I think personally.
I think 10. I think the average 10, especially dropping 2 episodes at the start. I can't believe they dropped 2 and then.
It's like the Rings of Power. They blew the budget, didn't they? So
they blew all the budget, mate.
The next 3 episodes are going to be absolute dog crap.
Here's the prediction. Next 3 episodes are all dark, mate. It's going to be it's like Game of Thrones. You ain't going to be able to see anything.
Yeah.
It's just going to be Richard Madden in a room, just talking into a mic.
You know what? I think they made some good actor choices over this thing.
I think the Richard Madden, Priyanka, brilliant character. Yeah. Stan, whatever his name,
Stanley Tucci,
brilliant. But they've nailed it. They've absolutely nailed the cast.
Yeah,
perfect. Anyway, Ben, then just ending up. Do you think Mason's gonna get his memories back?
Do you know what? I don't know, and I say this because at the moment I noticed when I was watching the last episode today that in the subtitles they are referring to him as Kyle.
So
because obviously he's not yet taken. I don't know whether he lost it or he's just not taken it.
Got smashed, didn't it?
Did he get smashed? I couldn't remember that, but yeah, the fact that he's not got his memories back, I don't think he will. I don't think. Or the biggest twist at the end. Here we go, revelation live. I think that chip. Is there a button to bring back memories? And Bernard's holding it from him the whole time.
I wonder if there is. I wonder what would an injection do. I wonder if the injection is just false, and just doesn't do anything. But
or the injection just like triggers something there.
Yeah.
He puts it back.
What I was going to say is, why would there only be one place where memories get downloaded to? They mention there's other bases and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think there'll be other because it's downloaded and it's just downloaded from system. I think they'll be able to make another one as well. So once Bernard gets back there, they'll make another one, and I think he'll choose not to take it. So I think the whole series is him being trying to get his memories back.
Yeah.
And thinking about it. I think he'll eventually go, no, I don't want my memories back.
Yeah, he's become this new person. Whether he takes on the mantle of Mason or Kyle is a different story yet.
Exactly.
Anyway, guys, do you think that Mason will get his memories back? And who do you think is the real mole within Citadel that's caused its downfall? Let us know in the comments below. Hit that like button, and we'll catch you next week.
See ya.